Welcome back to the Change Physician community and podcasters, Dr. Kevin Cuccaro and myself, Melissa Cady. And we are here for Friday Faves after last Friday. I didn't even realize we kind of missed it. We were a little distracted with post Thanksgiving, I guess. So good
Post
to see you,
Thanksgiving.
Kevin.
Yeah, good to see you.
And if you're,
I missed us. I missed us last week, but you know, it was post Thanksgiving, so easy for all of us
get distracted.
to get distracted on. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
on lounging around and maybe not traveling as much as usual and all that good stuff.
well, with this one, because this was everybody had an interesting Thanksgiving, I know, but for us, and maybe we have comment on it in a previous discussion, but Thanksgiving was our holiday. Like for my family, this is the one that we claimed pretty early on, actually in 2006. And this was the first year we didn't have anybody. So it was weird in a lot of ways. But rather than we didn't we chose then to do was not to reproduce Thanksgiving. And meaning we're like, okay, what are we going to do? We don't have all our friends and family coming up. So we decided to do this Thanksgiving week deal. And we just like, what do we like to do? Well, we like to eat. We like food. And we decided to choose all our favorite foods and drip them out over the week. Now we had to scale it back because originally every day, so starting Sunday was going to be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we were going to do a favorite dish thing. And then we realized there's only 4 of us. We can't eat that much. So we ended up having to put leftover days in there. But we started on Sunday and then we
I think we're having trouble playing our video. It says we're live, but I've never had this thing, and if someone's listening, I don't see it says sorry, we're having trouble playing this video.
I think it's on. I it says I'm looking on Facebook and it says that we're there.
Can you see us actually live still?
I can see us moving around,
Really?
but it's on a delay, so it takes a little while for us to get to where we are now.
Let me check my phone so we're not just talking to ourselves.
I think we're
Sorry
there.
to sorry to interrupt you there.
It's okay.
That wasn't.
It was full of wisdom, of course, and now it's lost into the ethers of time.
Oh, now it's saying it's live. Okay, I think it's just my main computer. Okay,
Freaking
please
out.
proceed, Kevin.
Well, I don't know. You interrupted my wonderful story of
I
Thanksgiving week.
know, but it's got to be a wonderful thought. It's got to be still there.
Well, it is because we just lived it. But so basically, what we did is we picked out our favorite foods and we ate them, and ended up. My family loves Asian food, so we had this pork belly thing on Sunday that my wife cooks, and then we went to we didn't go. We ordered takeout from our favorite Chinese restaurant. We have a fantastic Chinese restaurant in Corvallis. Like we had no good Chinese food for a long time, and this place opened up. It's probably the best food we've had in Oregon from a Chinese food standpoint. And then we did for Thanksgiving, we did this thing called hot pot, which is Chinese hot pot, where you put these boiling waters. It's like I call it Asian fondue.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was great. I mean, it was a hoot. It was a hoot. Very different Thanksgiving, but it was fun.
Very nice. I think next time we're in Corvallis, you're going to have to take us there.
To the Chinese food restaurant,
Yes.
they got good food. It's like, and they expanded actually when we went in there and we looked, we picked up the food. We're like, holy crap, your dining area is like double the size it used to be. But it's good, man. I like it is it, and I rave about that because for when did they open up? Probably 3 years ago, and we had nothing. Like our Chinese food sucked, and it was brutal, like super brutal. And now it's good, super good.
Good.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well,
But
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, well, what was your Thanksgiving? What did you guys do? What was your favorites?
Uh, so we're going to say these are Friday faves that we're talking about?
Well, right
Or
now we're still making it for last week, so this is Thanksgiving faves. Like, what did you
um,
do to be
my
grateful?
favorite thing is I didn't have to travel. Because if we go up to see my parents in the Dallas area, that's a 3.5 hour drive. And if you're to go up I-35 the day before Thanksgiving, it has, at its worst, I've heard it be 9 hours, because it's ridiculous. So we almost never go on the day before, but we didn't have to deal with that hellacious kind of crazy long drive. So just having a peaceful, quiet, don't have to deal with a lot of crowds or traffic or anything like that. That's the pros for, unfortunately, a very unsatisfying pandemic situation. So I can't say, I actually is going to be part of my Friday faves. I guess I could kind of like um, mention it because it happened on Saturday. I think I made it. So should I do my Friday faves blended in with my
You can
Thanksgiving?
blend it right in there.
All right.
You
So,
blended faves.
yeah. So I'm going to see if I can share the screen. Let me see if I can do this. So this is what I made. Can you see it?
I do see that. That looks delicious.
Oh, there we go. So let me share a different one that shows the inside. It's not like the most elegant looking thing, but it was very tasty.
Poppy seeds.
It was a recipe. It was kind of like partially, made from scratch, but partially not. So some of it was actually a cake mix mixed with multiple other ingredients. So that was the, huh?
Is it lemon poppy seed?
Lemon poppy seed cake. And I decided to I didn't make the icing. I just found a whipped vanilla frosting. So anyway, that was super yummy. Corey, my husband, actually said that was one of the best baked goods that I've ever made. So I was actually quite impressed. I bought a little bundt cake thing. Really enjoyed. Another Friday fave was we pretty much have bought our groceries late at night when there's like no crowds and you can see what you're buying and all that. But I actually took advantage of it's actually the morning of when I bought some of these ingredients and things, and I bought a bundt cake pan because I didn't have one. And so thanks to my friend Heather is the reason I have this recipe that I use. So I 10:30 in the morning on Thanksgiving go to you wouldn't know in Oregon, but like one of the grocery stores named HEB, another one Central Market, which is actually owned by HEB, a little higher end one. But literally going to the curbside and they just put your stuff in the car. But I shop for a bundt cake pan from a grocery store along with some ingredients that I needed. So that was super convenient, and I could see how people can get if they don't care about picking out their specific items for themselves. That can be a pretty addictive way to avoid crowds and dealing with multiple possible exposures during a pandemic. So big fan. So those are some of my faves.
Well, your lemon poppy seed thing makes me hungry because that's like my favorite cake.
Oh,
I love lemon poppy seed. Like, if I could, I would eat so many poppy seeds. I'd probably be popping positive on all those drug testing.
those drug tests.
Yeah, but I love poppy seed. Absolutely love them. So that looks. I'm like salivating because I think I'm really hungry right now. And
Yeah, I'm that's so interesting. We talked about mindset earlier on another episode, and it's interesting just the brain and how it takes in information. It's activating my salivary glands right now. So, there you go.
yeah, but the delivery thing is also really so. Our Fred Meyer, which is a local, I don't know who the hell Fred Meyer's. It's throughout Oregon, and but they're a grocery store / everything else, and they do free whatever the pickup, just like you just talked about, and that does get addictive because it's so convenient. You just like dun, 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 and then you just park and then you call them or text them or whatever, and they bring it out to your car. It's like fantastic. The only place that we really go into is Costco.
Yeah,
we do that about once a month-ish.
Yeah, us too.
And Costco is really good about keeping stuff safe. So
yeah. And the thing is, there is a little shopper's fee if you look at the detail, a few dollars for the person that picks up your groceries and put in a bag for you to pick up. I don't know if you have to pay, but there is a little shopper's fee for us.
Oh no, ours is free.
Free.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. Well, as always on our Friday faves, we always cover what happened the past week. Of course, our Friday faves for present, and then the future. But the last two episodes, did you want to cover them? You want me to go ahead and say?
No, that's Dr. Bradley Block, who has his own podcast, The Physician's Guide to Doctoring. His episode came out. That was a fun discussion. Brad's a super fun guy, and I really liked his perspectives because he gives the story of why he started podcasting, and it was a typical one is because he had a lot of stuff he wanted to learn, and he wanted to learn these soft skills that weren't taught in medical school. So that's a fantastic podcast for people to kind of learn a skill set that you may not think is applicable to your practice, but actually has everything to do with your practice. So that was a great discussion. Again, super funny guy. I just remember laughing a lot during that episode. And then we had Dr. Mike Wu Ming, the Bootstrap MD, who came back on for a second episode where we talked about direct sales marketing, which I think that was probably, I really wanted to talk about that because I think direct response is so fascinating, and the psychology behind it is sort of it's like applied cognitive psychology and behavioral psychology. So we talked about direct sales, or I should say direct response marketing, not necessarily direct sales. And that episode, and he's another really fun guy. We always have fun people on the Change Physician podcast. So those are the 2 episodes that came out this week. And then this coming up week, we have our first twofer, where we finally are getting these things packaged together in such a way that when you're listening, they're more sequential. So we have Dr. Ford Brewer. Dr. Brewer is a preventive medicine specialist who really early on, I mean, this is sort of the mainstay of this day and age, but really early on was thinking about preventive care. How do you keep people out of the emergency room? How do you keep people from getting sick rather than just kind of bandaging people up? Who has developed a YouTube station. I can't remember how many subscribers we have, but it's a lot. And so he came on to tell his story. Super fun guy. And of course, then we had to have him come back and talk about his experiences as a YouTuber and his early journeys there. And so those are really exciting to come out. They're interesting for any physicians who are maybe thinking about developing a platform, which I forgot what episode we talked about that, where everybody should have a platform. There was one of our episodes in the past, someone actually said that. Oh, it was Ali Abdal
Yeah.
from the UK, who said everybody should have a platform. And so that's if you're interested in YouTube specifically, having Ford's perspectives on that will be really good. So fun episodes. Yeah. Not that do we ever have a bad episode ever?
No, because we probably wouldn't put it on if it didn't have some relative value or entertainment.
That's right. That's right.
That's always, we typically will seek out these people. These are people that we, intentionally pursued to bring something to our audience. And if anyone out there is wanting to maybe learn about something in particular or knows somebody that they think they bring great value, we're open to the conversation and consider, interviewing them for the community. And if you haven't joined us at the Change Physician, whether you're a physician or not, there's quite a few of you out there listening that are physician allies and love to support, good information to help physicians really create a life that's more fulfilling and in essence be able to care for patients better because their wellness is intact and improved. And so it takes a community and a society to really create the optimal wellness. It's not just a solo person in this world. We have a lot of relationships and people and resources and communities that can help create healthier people. So any last comments, Kevin, or are we good to sign out?
I think we're good for signing out, other than I know the listeners, my mom's going to be one of them. And hey, Mom, if you have any specific topics or your friends have any specific topics that you would like us to talk about or get on an expert colleague who can answer these questions for you, feel free to let me know. But she is so funny because I just love your podcast. I'm like, you're not supposed to be, this is for physicians. She goes, I know, but it's just so interesting. So anyway, it's a hoot. Now, and I do agree with you. Like the more people kind of know the underbelly of medicine, the more they can make informed decisions. So while we definitely are talking to physicians about taking control of their lives in practice, there's a lot of good information for non-physicians to learn from this as well. So absolutely. Nice way to end.
Yes. Well, until next time, Friday Faves should be on for next Friday. Otherwise, join us in our other episodes coming up this next week. Stay tuned. Join us at the Change Physician community, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
You folks.